She sighed as she looked in the mirror, gently running her fingers through her long, curly black hair. Flakes of dandruff drifted down to her shoulders. "Not again," Mariam muttered. Dandruff had plagued her for years, ever since she was a teenager. As an Arab model, having beautiful shining hair was essential for her career. She had tried every shampoo, home remedy, and imaginable treatment, but nothing seemed to completely solve her persistent dandruff issue. Some products would work for a little while until the flakes and irritation inevitably returned. One day, her manager caught sight of her constantly scratching her scalp between shots on a photo shoot. He frowned and called her over during a break. "Alam, we need to talk," he said sternly. "Your hair situation has become a real problem," she grimaced. I know. Believe me, I've tried everything to get rid of this dandruff." "It's so frustrating." The manager shook his head. "That's just it. We can't have you constantly battling flakes and an irritated scalp. It's affecting your look, your confidence, everything." Her eyes widened at his grave tone. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying I can't keep booking you for jobs until you get this licked," he stated bluntly. "Not unless you want complaints from clients about particles showing up in shots." "But I'm doing everything I can," she protested desperately. The manager held up a hand. "Clearly what you're doing isn't enough. I'm pulling you from any new bookings until you can get this under control. It's that simple." She opened her mouth to argue further, but he'd already turned and walked away, leaving her stunned. Her modeling career was her entire life. How could she fix this? In a daze, she found herself wandering the city streets until a particular sign in a window stopped her. It read, "Dr. Amara's Dermatology Clinic. Innovative solutions for hair and scalp issues." Her eyes lit up. Maybe this specialized doctor could finally help solve her dandruff woes. Squaring her shoulders, she strode inside to seek out this doctor. Amara. The lovely model bit her lip nervously as she was shown to the exam room. "Hello, Dr. Amara." An elegant woman in a white coat smiled warmly as she entered. "Hello there. Please have a seat. Now, what seems to be the issue today?" The model wrung her hands anxiously. "It's my hair, doctor. I have this terrible dandruff that just won't go away no matter what I try. And if I can't get it under control soon, I'm going to lose my whole modeling career over it." Dr. Amara's expression turned sympathetic as she gently examined the poor woman's scalp. I see. Well, you've certainly come to the right place. I specialize in persistent hair and scalp conditions." The doctor leaned back with a pensive look. "From what I can assess, your dandruff seems to be a particularly stubborn case, likely caused by a fungal infection resistant to conventional treatments." The model's eyes widened with dismay. "Oh no. So what can be done, doctor?" "Please, I'll try anything." Dr. Amara gave her a measured look. "The most effective solution I found is to completely shave the head bald initially. This allows us to start fresh, with a clean slate before applying medical treatments." The young woman recoiled. "Shave my head? You can't be serious. As a model, that's career suicide." "I understand your trepidation, LM," the doctor said soothingly. "But hear me out. Once we have your scalp completely shorn, I'll provide you with a specialized medicated oil to apply daily for approximately 6 months." She held up a small vial of amber liquid. This formula, derived from ancient Arabic remedies, has proved incredibly successful in clearing even the most stubborn follicular infections. Alem looked at the vial warily. "You really think shaving it all off is the only way?" Dr. Amara nodded solemnly. "I wouldn't recommend such an extreme step if I didn't truly believe it was necessary. This will allow the oil to penetrate deeply and wipe out those persistent spores." She thanked the doctor and headed out, following the directions to a reputable local barber shop that Dr. Amara had recommended. Her stomach was in knots as she entered and explained her situation to the barber. "You sure about this, miss?" the graying barber asked, running a comb through her long locks. "Once it's gone, no turning back." She swallowed hard but nodded. "Yes, I need to do this. It's for a medical treatment." The barber gave her an appraising look but didn't pry further. "All right then. Let's get you settled." He motioned towards the sink chair. "Let's wash your hair first, get it prepped nice and clean. Then, I'll shave it all off strand by strand with my straight razor." As he began gently wetting and massaging her long tresses, she felt tears well up in her eyes. The reality of losing her hair, even temporarily, was finally hitting her. "Hey now, no need for those waterworks just yet," the barber said kindly when he noticed her crying. "Your beautiful hair deserves to go out with a bang, not a whimper." She sniffled and swiped at her eyes. "I'm sorry. It's just my hair has always meant so much to me." Letting it all go is harder than I expected. The barber nodded in understanding as he toweled off her damp locks. "Of course it is, miss. But try to think of it as an adventure, an opportunity for a bold new look, if only for a little while." He gave her an encouraging smile as he draped the cape around her shoulders. "Those gorgeous tresses of yours aren't going anywhere permanently. They'll grow back more radiant than ever once this treatment does its job. You'll see." She managed a watery smile back at him. "You really think so?" "Have no doubt," he proclaimed with a wink. "A woman's hair is one of her crowning glories. Treating it with the proper reverence and care is my specialty." She felt her spirits lift a little at his unshakable confidence as he began meticulously sectioning off her hair. "All right then, I trust you. Let's do this." The barber beamed. "That's the spirit. Now time to get reacquainted with that pretty face of yours hiding under all these locks." With infinite care and precision, he began running the straight razor over each section bundle, slowly but surely revealing her bare scalp one shaven strand at a time. The process was almost meditative, with the barber murmuring words of encouragement whenever her resolve wavered. As the last silky strands fluttered away to the cape, she stared wide-eyed at her newly bald reflection. The barber gently brushed some errant clippings from her shoulders. "There we are, one step closer," he declared warmly. "Doesn't that feel as fresh as a bloom in springtime?" She couldn't help but laugh a little, marveling at her own reaction. "You know, you're absolutely right. This isn't the end of the world at all." The barber smiled kindly. "Of course not. It's just another step on the journey. An interesting little diversion before the main event." She ran an amazed hand over her newly smooth pate, a grin spreading across her face. "You've got away with words, my friend. I think I'm actually looking forward to whatever comes next." And with that, she headed off to pick up the medicated oil and begin the next phase of her treatment. Her fears replaced by a newfound sense of confidence and possibility. After picking up the medicated oil from Dr. Amara, she diligently applied it to her newly shorn scalp each morning and night. Though still getting used to her bald look, the barber's kind words and the doctor's confidence had emboldened her spirit. A few weeks into the treatment, she landed her first modeling gig since starting the regimen. She strode onto the set, head held high, ready to work her baldness like it was just another fashion statement. The director did a double take when she arrived, clearly not expecting such a dramatic look. "Well, hey now, what's all this?" he sputtered, looking flustered. She smiled calmly at his reaction. "Just a necessary medical treatment. But it's only temporary, of course. We can easily work around it for today's shoot." To her surprise, the director's eyes lit up with interest as he appraised her newly bared visage. "Now hold on just a moment." He circled around her slowly, studying her from every angle. This is brilliant, actually," he exclaimed finally. How would you feel about fully leaning into this bald avant-garde look for the shoot?" So raw and unique, she blinked, taken aback by his unexpected fervor. You want me to keep the bald cap on purpose? For artistic reasons? The director clapped his hands together delightedly.
Oh, absolutely, it's perfect.
A bold, naturalistic beauty celebrating her authentic self. We could make you the breathtaking embodiment of defiant empowerment. He was practically gushing with ideas now. Just think of the impact. Normalizing non-traditional standards with you as our stunning centerpiece. The readers will be captivated. She worried her lip, feeling a flicker of trepidation at going so aggressively against convention. But then she remembered the barber's words about embracing this as an adventure. With a deep breath, she squared her shoulders and gave the director a determined look. You know what? Let's do it. If you believe this look has power, I'm ready to absolutely slay on camera and show the world what bald can be. The director beamed at her. That's the spirit. Such a fierce confidence, I love it already. We'll make this shoot unforgettable. As she was whisked away to have her makeup and wardrobe tailored to complement her new baldness, she felt a surge of eager exhilaration. Maybe losing her hair didn't have to be an obstacle after all. Maybe it could be her greatest opportunity yet. The shoot was a smash hit, with her powerful bald looks and self-assured poise setting her apart from every other model. Embracing and owning her temporary hairless state had allowed her an incredible platform and creative freedom. The months flew by in a whirlwind of avant-garde photo shoots, each one celebrating her unique beauty in new and provocative ways. All while she continued diligently applying the medicated oil, watching as a healthy new rug of hair gradually began resurging from her scalp,